Welcome back to somebody on the wrestling and to another edition of AEW Collision Out of 10. And it's not just AEW Collision Out of 10, it's AEW Rampage Out of 10 today, with these two on the same day due to scheduling issues on American. So I don't know what's happening on TNT at Friday at 10 o'clock. But yeah, whatever, we're coming close to Dynasty. So yeah, let's get straight into it. And we started things off with Copeland, Briscoe and Kingston against Top Flight in Action and Andretti. And Copeland's entrance opened the show. Andretti did the Karate Kid pose to start against Briscoe, but the Chicken Former saw it coming and took control. The Racers Are Superstar did some selling for his young opponents, and once he got in the ring, the usual popular Top Flight was being booed after hitting a double team sequence. The first half was pretty straightforward, but everything broke down towards the end, and it became a free-for-all, then with Briscoe getting the pin for his team. This was a fun little warm-up for the trio that will take on the House of Black on Sunday. Every posing after the match was a nice moment as well. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a fun match to kick off the show. Babyface getting the win makes sense as a more established team, and kind of advances multiple storylines as well in it. So yeah, good stuff. We then saw Powerhouse Hobbs in a squash match. The big man took his time before applying a torture rack to the win. No grade needed. Before it's time for two sets of former tag champs to face off before setting up their title trio unification match on Sunday with the Acclaimed against the Guns. The Acclaimed took control by bringing the Guns in the ring the whole way, but the heels are able to gain the upper hand. This is about that we've seen so many times, so nothing about it felt fresh. It was a decent match, but felt unnecessary. This time could have been used for someone else who doesn't have a pay-per-view match on Sunday, while the Acclaimed versus BCG feud could have been addressed in a quick video or promo. Nothing looked bad, but it was difficult to care about when we know all of the meaningful stuff in the bout will be saved for tomorrow. So yeah, the Guns stole the win. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And before Bryan Danielson and Castagnoli were making their entrance, Carl Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita attacked them to start the bunkhouse brawl in the crowd. This bout was all over the place and saw the use of several weapons. Danielson even used an electrical cord to choke and drag Fletcher around the ring like he did to Justin Roberts all those years ago. The American Dragon was busted when Fletcher threw a chair at his head, so Callis' family began focusing on the Swiss Superman. It was an unconventional match, but the action was surprisingly easy to follow and everyone looked great on offense and defense. They lived up to the stipulation and gave the crowd an entertaining performance. Hobbs came out and attacked Danielson and Castagnoli, but Mox ran through the crowd and started brawling while the thing played until they were out of sight, and the American Dragon got the win for their team. I thought this was just a fun match for what it was. Not too silly, not too serious, but I thought for what it was as a brawl, I thought it was a good format, and I enjoyed it. 7 out of 10. A promo from Willow Nightingale following next, and we saw Julia Hart accompany Blue to the stage, but not all the way to the ring. Blue rushed at Hirsch and hit a running kick, but legit later grounded her for some strikes right away. Hirsch countered the Cobra blow and hit a nice running knee. After a scary bump when Blue hit her head on the mat, she scored a victory with a submission. It was quick but decent. But yeah, I think gets a 5 out of 10 for me. I think just lack of build. It just kind of felt like the pointless women's match just got thrown on here, and that's obviously not what we want. So yeah, unfortunately I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. We then got a big main event, the Elite taking on FTR and Pac. Both teams got in a fair amount of offense before the break, so neither team felt like it had a clear advantage. We saw some fun double team and triple team spots that came at regular intervals, and we got a funny moment along the way too. There was a lot to like about this match, but it had a couple of other bouts. The outcome felt meaningless because Dynasty is where all the titles will be on the line, but after a fun and physical bout, and Pac hit a black arrow to win, Daniel Garcia came out to help the Elite keep attacking and help FTR and Pac get the advantage. So yeah, on the whole, this gets a 7 out of 10 for me. I thought, this was a really fun match on the whole. The Elite losing, I think it's interesting going into pay-per-view how they respond to that. But yeah, I think a big win for the babyfaces and definitely put over the matches that may seem a bit more predictable on the card. Before we moved on to the Rampage portion, we got a high-flying full 20 elimination fatal 4-way to kick us off with Lee Johnson, Isaiah Cassidy, Commander and RVD. They didn't seem to be any special rules for this other than it being an elimination bout, and AEW just clearly wants to make an excuse to make some Mariana jokes with RVD. But yeah, this was quick and high-flying as advertised. RVD may not be as spry as he was 20 years ago, but he did an admirable job keeping up with these guys who are significantly younger. Cassidy and Johnson were eliminated to bring it down to RVD and Commander. Luchador put up a good effort at RVD beating with a 5-star frog splash. This was alright, but having the same kind of prize would have made it more sense. But yeah, it gets 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, a fun match. RVD was always likely to get the win here, but I think, a fun way to have him on there. And just a fun match to kick us started on the Rampage portion. Before it's time for Yuka Sakazaki versus Emma Sakura and Jerry. It was their singles bout this week. It was Sakura's first appearance on TV in 2024. Sakura went right after a young opponent, but Sakazaki recovered quickly and applied the STF submission. Unfortunately, Sakazaki took a nasty spot outside and made the ref but obviously she could recover. She walked around the ring trying to get her bearings back, and Sakura started chasing her. It was an awkward couple of minutes, but they eventually continued and worked through the break. And yeah, all of this stuff made Yuka look like a valid fighter, but it was hard to tell if it was real or something silly. The packing was affected, and the finish was a bit strange, but Yuka got the win, and the crowd looked happy. So yeah, amongst all the smiles, I think they did an admirable job in the end. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Before it's time for O'Reilly, Romero and Daddy Magic against Taven Bennett and Scott in the main event portion. And yeah, KR was angry for his team. But Strong didn't give him the satisfaction of doing the same thing. He went and tagged in Romero once where he was in the ring and said the bout played out exactly how you'd expect. Each babyface got a chance to dish out some retribution, and heels controlled the pace between those sequences. All of the action was solid, and we saw really great chemistry on display with certain combinations of opponents. Strong and O'Reilly had the best exchange by far, and Kyle O'Reilly scored the win for his team with an armbar on Bennett. And Jet gets 7 out of 10. I thought a really fun match to round it off, and yeah, obviously it's all leading to that match next week. But yeah, I thought for what this was, I thought it was a really fun match and gets a 7 out of 10 from me. And overall, Collision gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, I thought for a 3-hour block of AEW TV, there was lots of fun matches, kind of a wide variety as well, just leading up to a pay-per-view. So I thought, yeah, we definitely got enough quality for the 3 hours worth of stuff on the show. So yeah, on the whole, gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Good stuff. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.